friends, welcome. Regal Smith here. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a no-sew warming neck wrap. So this is a great thing to use with some of your favorite essential oils like Deep Blue Touch. This would be great for any muscle tension or relaxation within the neck, or perhaps maybe just some lavender if you want to relax after a long day. So this neck wrap is filled with rice, and what you do is you microwave it until it's warm. It turns into like a heat wrap, hot heating pack for your neck. You put it on after you roll on whatever oils you want. This is the blend I use. I'll teach you how to make it in a moment. This is kind of the best of both worlds of that tension relief and relaxation. I put in here 20 drops of copaiba essential oil and 20 drops of lavender essential oil. Top it with fractionated coconut oil and roll it on. So this is my favorite tension relief. So I'll roll that on, put this hot neck wrap on, and let it drive in to my muscles and just relax. So I'm going to teach you how to make this super simple. I am not a sewer, so I learned how to do this without sewing. If you know how to sew, this is going to be way easier for you. So let me show you what we need. Come on down here. We have some fabric. You want 100% cotton fabric. This is just fabric I found at the craft store. You want about 6 inches by approximately 28, and the reason I figured that out is because I just kept holding it up by my neck and kept thinking, oh, that feels about right, that's too short. And remember, once you stuff it with rice, it's going to be a little bit smaller. So this is the size that I used at the end, turned out to be this size. So you're going to need 2 pieces. I got at the fabric store a ½ yard, and it's going to make 3 of these wraps. So 2 pieces of 6-inch by approximately 28-inch, and then this is if you're not a sewer. This is called liquid stitch, and this is basically like a glue permanent stitch, which I had no idea. This 2-ounce bottle will probably make 2 wraps. I used about half the bottle to make 1. So what you're gonna do is lay down your fabric 1 piece on your workspace. The glue might seep through, so I put down something to protect my table. And you're gonna have whatever side of the fabric you want facing out is the side we're gonna glue, because we're gonna end up turning this inside out. So you're gonna put a nice border around here, about ½ inch of glue, and you're gonna do it all the way around 3 sides. You're gonna leave 1 side open because that's where we need to fill the rice. So all the way around. It doesn't matter if this edge isn't quite perfect. It doesn't matter if this one isn't. You wanna make sure you have a nice edge on the inside of your fabric, maybe right here, because when we turn it inside out, that will be the seam, but don't worry about what the outside looks like. So you can see my seams turned out really nice and neat. I just made sure that when I was laying the glue here, that it looked neat. And then you put your second piece after the glue is on 3 sides, your liquid stitch glue. You are going to put your fabric on top, and you're gonna wanna have the side that you want out facing each other. So I want this side out and I want this side out, so these will face each other. You're going to put something heavy like books. I lined up my cookbooks on top of these, and you want it to dry a full 24 hours before we do the next step. And that'll make sure that this liquid stitch really bonds. So after 24 hours, you come back and you are gonna just put your hand inside and flip this right side out. You're gonna have an empty tube, like a long tube sock basically. You're gonna fill it with rice. This is a 5-pound bag, and this I used half to make 1, so I would say about 2.5 pounds of rice will probably make a nice long one, maybe 2 pounds. And you want to just kind of get an idea of how much you want to fill it. So let me bring you back up here a little bit. So remember, when this is filled, it needs to bend. So I underfilled it, which is better. So some of this doesn't have rice, and you can move it around, which is really great, and it fits really nicely. So this is about 2 to 2.5 pounds in here, and you can tell when you're filling it if you need a little more or take some out. Just kind of play with it. And then to put in your final stitch, your liquid stitch, after it's filled to what you think is the right amount, you'll have these little end pieces. You can tuck them in to what looks like your tube sock, right? And just put a final nice generous amount of that liquid stitch right inside. You've tucked in those edges so that seam looks neat, and then you will put more books on top and let it sit for another 24 hours. After that time, all your seams should look nice and beautiful even without sewing, It's nice and sturdy, and now it's ready to be used. So to use this, you put it in the microwave. You start in 30-second increments checking. Because if this gets too hot, it's gonna smell like burned rice, and nobody wants to smell like burned rice, and it won't ever go away. So my microwave, I figured out that this gets the perfect temperature in about 2.5 minutes. So now I just stick it in for 2.5 minutes, but the first time you use it, 30-second increments, keep checking until you get the right temp. I've been using this every night for 2 weeks, and I absolutely love it. It has a nice gentle pressure from the weight of the rice. It has those wonderful blend of oils. So like I said, rub some deep blue on there, maybe some lavender, the copaiba and lavender blend, 20 drops of each if you want to make your own roller bottle. And it feels really luxurious. This will smell a little ricey the first couple times, but after a few uses, it just soaks in that oil, and now it just smells like lavender. So have fun experimenting with your no-sew net wrap, your different essential oils. Makes a great gift. I will have written directions linked on my YouTube, under my YouTube video to my blog, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.